Okay. See. I want to emphasize that we need to know these things. Okay? That even though nakatulog ka, or wag nakakatulog, you can still answer the questions. Because this is your, diba, yung BNB, the bread and water of a medical technologist. You should know what is a lymphocyte, a leukocyte, a red blood cell, and hematopoiesis. Okay? That's very disappointing that you don't know about a pig then. You don't know about, you are not sure about a granulocyte and granulocyte. Okay? So dapat alam na alam. Pag sinabing RBC, you are talking about red blood cell, and you are talking about a donut-shaped or a disc-shaped cell. What is the main feature of this cell? Meron siyang what? Meron siyang? It's a biconcave. Yes. Ibig sabihin, you have both sides have cavities. Okay? Kung makakasagot sa cavities, no? You just imagine, okay? So, meron ng cavity dito, meron ng cavity dito, that's why tinatawag siya biconcave. Okay? So, is it normal that your red blood cell is a biconcave? Yes. What is the normal size of your red blood cell? Because you don't know, you will not know if that is big or small if you don't have an average normal size. Ano ang normal size ng red blood cell mo?
7.5 micrometers.
That's very broad. I mean, that's very specific. Yung sinasabi ng libro, 7.5 for what?
Approximately 7.5 micrometers in diameter, then 2.6 micrometer thick at the rim.
Okay. Gusto ko yung pang-medtech na general. That's too specific for a book. Ano naturo sa inyo ng ibang subjects sa first year? What's the size of your red blood cell? 75. Okay, ando sa sunod po. What is the size of your red blood cell? 7 to 8, are you sure? Anong size ng red blood cell? What's the normal size of red blood cell po? 6 to 8 what? Centimeter? Okay, 6 to 8 micrometer. If that red blood cell is smaller, what do you call that one? A microcyte. Okay? If that red blood cell is bigger than 8, that is a macrocyte. Gets ba? Okay? So the question now is, in your book, it is mentioned there, what is the most common cause of microcytosis? Anong pinaka-common cause bakit napakaliit ng red blood cell mo? Or nagiging maliit ang red blood cell? Are you familiar with this? Iron deficiency anemia. Familiar? Yes. That's the most common cause of microcytosis in the world. Okay? Ibig sabihin, anong kulang? Bakit hindi lumalaki yung red blood cell mo? Iron. Okay? And iron is written as ferrous. Anong binibigay ng mga doktor? Ferrous sulfate. Okay? Next. Dok, anak ka ang immature blood ko. Baliktad lagi. So kapag malaki yung red blood cell, that's an immature red blood cell. Pero kapag maliit naman yung red blood cell, may kakulangan ang red blood cell na yan, and that is iron. Ano naman ang kakulangan kapag malaki yung red blood cell? Ano yung kanina? B12. Ano nandyan sa libro mo? Na dalawang sakit na nagkukos nito. You have pernicious anemia, and the other one is megaloblastic is the term for the big red blood cells. So what are the other names? So what are the other causes na meron kang problema with vitamin B12? Pernicious and okay. Hanapin ito. Dalawa sa exam. Okay? So dalawa yung tatandaan mo. Yung red blood cell na maliit, because of iron. Yung red blood cell na malaki, wala siyang vitamin B12. Okay? So look, why is that B12 is important in the maturation of the red blood cells? Because remember that in your hematopoietic stem cell, ang mauuna is that it's a big cell. Okay? Big cell na hindi niya pa alam if magiging red blood cell siya or magiging white blood cell. But eventually, because of chemicals like interleukins, this one will be exposed to a specific chemical na magsasabi sa kanya na, ay ikaw, dapat ka maging red blood cell because I offered you this. For example, you have a student, a junior high school student, a senior high school student, pupunta siya dito, open house. Ang nag-dual sa iyahan is medtech. So eventually, that student will become, isa sa mga options niya, may mo siyang medtech. Because ang point dito is na ay nag-dual sa iyahan. Okay? If na ay nag-dual sa iyahan ng pharmacist, or ang pharma student, naku ang chance na maging pharmacy student siya. Okay, that is the point of hematopoietic stem cell. Hindi pa siya sure unless it is being offered by something. And that something is a chemical called interleukins. Sometimes they are not called interleukins. That's why ang makikita nyo sa libro is GM-CSF, GCSF, and CSF. Okay? Ano yung CSF? That's not cerebrospinal fluid. That's colony stimulating factor. Okay? So sometimes, ang makikita niyo sa libro, the CSF. Ibig sabihin, yung ganitong colony na chemical ang nag-trigger for it to become a white blood cell or a red blood cell. And after niya maging red blood cell and white blood cell, no turning back. Okay? So doon pa lang sa stem cell na yan, that is a large cell. Kung pupunta siya sa red blood cell na poiesis, or the maturation, anong tawag yan? The maturation of red blood cell process? Erythropoiesis. So you are going to memorize this. PB4. Tingnan niyo yung camera sa libro nyo. What is a PB4? Ang clue dyan, ano lang na? Pronormoblast. The last is erythrocyte. Okay? PB4. Actually, this is already an introduction of what we are going to learn for a semester in hematology. Okay? So, isang chapter dyan, isang cell next sem. Okay? So that's why you are going to study this chapter and you need to master it because that is a board exam subject. That's why, as early as histology, dapat alam mo to. Dapat alam mo to at dapat alam mo to. Okay? Kasi yung idadagdag na lang natin sa hematology are the specific chemicals. Sa karoon intro lang ni. Pero in hematology, marami pa yung siyang mga side bit. Okay? Ang i-learn na lang natin sa hematology are the side bit. Ano na medyo complicated. So we are already done. So you need to memorize this PB4. So ang itatanong sa exam, after niya maging reticulocyte, ano next? Okay? After niya maging pronorblast, ano next? Okay, yan. Basta feeling? Erythroblast. Okay? So meron yan siyang iba-iba. Okay? So imagine, na-stress na kayo anak na kabaga sa studyhan sa hematopoiesis, tapos ikani kabaga ang mga libro. Okay? Only talking about red blood cell and white blood cell. Okay, next. So we are already done. Okay, yun yung basics. So what is the color sa, sa inyong smear? What is the color of your red blood cells in a smear? Red? Gano'n ko ng red ko eh. Over scale man kaayo? Pink. So do you, what should you expect in the blood smear? Pink na meron? Diamond cavities. So kung saan siya makita sa inyong smear, sa inyong slide. Para blank space na ulit. Okay? So, perfect ang red blood cell. Wala siya blank space. Very pink. Are you happy with that red blood cell? No. Because that would say that your red blood cell does not have concavities. Ibig sabihin, yung red blood cell mo, hindi siya ganyan. No, ano yung red blood cell mo? Ganyan. Okay? And kapag bilugan yung red blood cell mo, anong tawag dyan? Spherocyte. Okay? Spherocyte. Kapag meron kang pinkish na red blood cell na makikita, even though normal size siya, that is still abnormal. Because supposedly, kapag yung red blood cell mo, meron siyang whitish na blank sa gitna. Yes? Yes. Look, mas bongga ang red blood cell. Nasa particles. Nasa blue dog. Nasa yung sinawagan sa Americans? Freckles. Bongga to, freckles. Americans, sila kong dugo to. And these are what we call inclusion bodies. Okay? So, inclusion bodies ang tawag dyan. Kapag meron kang mga freckles-looking na discoloration, blue, black, or whatsoever, again, that is abnormal. Okay? So, ano dapat lang bilog? Kung sabihin, perfect. Bilog na merong white, blank na space. Other than that, it's abnormal. Okay? So, yung na-discuss ko kanina, isang chapter din siya sa libro sa hematology, yung isa naman isang chapter na din na. All of these are just introduction. Okay? So, that's why kailangan din siya basahin na chapter. Kaya namin idea o sa studyhan sa next semester. Bawal na si Moto. Chocolate na. So, we are really done with the red blood cell. Okay? So, tatandaan ang B12 and the iron. Okay? So, sino ang pinaka-common na nagkakaroon ng IPA? Females. Why? Because there is a monthly bleeding. No? So, kung natatanggal yung dugo sa katawan ng babae, eventually, that would cause them to lose blood. Without blood, wala ding iron. So, nagkakaroon ng iron deficiency anemia. Okay? So, what if masyadong marami naman yung red blood cell? How do you call that one? Too much red blood cell. Huh? Very, very marami. Erythro. What? It can only be two words, the letter B and the P. The polycythemia vera and the erythrocytosis. Okay? So if masyadong marami yung red blood cell mo, to the point na like, ay, amazing ko daw, kaya naman kaya ang red blood cell. Do you think you will be happy if you have a lot of red blood cells? Why? Anong hindi ka ganahan na dagan kayong red blood cell? Why will you not be happy with the red blood cell na masyadong marami? Kasi if you are going to imagine, if this is a blood vessel, and masyadong kang maraming red blood cell, what happens to your blood? Magiging nalapot. No? And if masyadong marami ang red blood cell mo sa dugo mo, it will occupy space that could lead to what? Stroke. Have you seen videos in YouTube na parang pinipektusan yung forehead tapos yung dugo nag-flow? Now, that is an ancient way of removing the blood. Okay? Kasi hindi pa uso yung venipuncture sa kanila. Uso rin lang ng okay? Nakakita niyo na? That's an ancient way of removing the blood. Hindi pa kasi uso sa kanila ang blood donation. Speaking of blood donation, if you've seen in the internet and the Facebook, there are some studies that individuals who are fond of donating blood can lessen the risk of having cancer. That's why it's good that you donate blood. Look, 40 lang ang weight ko, happy na ganyan. No? Just eat some more. No? Magpakilo ka ganyan, mag-donate, pagkakbato rin. Para at least medyo pag sila kabalo, ano ko niya magpakilo, dinihan, di ba? Nalugi mo gano'n. Eventually, or ipatapak din sa mga friend. 50. Diba? Kasi napaka-helpful, napaka-refreshing. If you donate, have you tried donating blood?
Yes.
Wala pa ka? Baba ka sa 50. Okay? So you need to donate blood. Kaya napaka-refreshing to donate blood. Now let's talk about white blood cell. When you talk about white blood cell, this is divided into two categories, the agranium and the granular. Yung granule, this is termed granulocyte because they have granules. Okay? Ano yung granules mo? You have the nerve. Okay? Ano yung nerve? Neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. You have a neutral pH, an eosinophilic pH, and a basophilic pH. Okay? So kaya sila tinatawag na neutral, eosinophilic, and basophilic. Basic, acidic, and neutral. Bakit? Because of what? Staining. Kapag masyadong blue, that is what you call basic. Kaya siya tinatawag na basophilic. It's basic loving cell. Okay? Basic loving cell. Pero yung eosinophilic naman, it's an acidic loving cell. Okay? And yung neutral, neutrophils, it's a neutral loving cell. Kaya siya tinatawag na neutrophilic or neutrophils. Does that make sense? Yes. Now, what are the differences between these? Okay? Meron kang what do you call this one? Then, di ba, you have the cytoplasm and you have the nucleus. So, sa neutrophil mo, it has a segmented nucleus. Kaya ang tinatawag din sa kanya is what? Segmenter. Okay, that's why in your book, you are going to see words like segmenters. Okay? Kapag meron kang nakitang segmenters, you are still talking about granulocytes. Same lang yan sila. Okay? So, ang difference nitong neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil is that this one is bilobe. Basophil has how many lobes? Nakatipid na, nakapagpili ko sa inyong libro. It still has? What? is still a neutrophil? Yes. And that now is called what? A band neutrophil or a band cell. How would you differentiate again? It's not because of the nucleus, it's because of the staining. Okay? So what if ang iyang staining murag neutral, pero ang iyang sunod is dual kabuo? You are going to say still that that is a neutrophil. Pero kung duwa na ni ang iyang lobe, tapos pink siya, that is an eosinophil. Pero kung duwa ang iyang lobe, kung yung blue yung stain, that is still a basophil. Nag-gets me ba? Hindi siya nagmamatter if how many lobes ng nucleus. Again, it all goes back to the color. Okay? Nag-gets that? Yes. That's why don't focus on the number of lobes. Focus on the color of the cytoplasm. And, ano yung nakalagay siya? And the granules. Kasi lahat sila merong granules. Yun nga lang, merong iba't ibang pangalan yung granules at iba't ibang color ang granules. Okay? Kung sa'yo color na makita niyo sa neutrophil? Pink or light pink. Ano yung nasa eosinophil? Red or dark pink. Or sometimes it's orangey. Okay? Yung basophil mo naman? Dark blue or purple. Okay? So yun yung tatanda. Kasi yan yung mag-differentiate sa kanila. However, scientists right now are claiming that the monocytes are part of the granulocytes. Okay? Yan yung bagong studies. But again, since we are still following the book, hindi pa dyan na-include yung monocyte. So, lymphocyte and monocyte are part of what? A granulocyte. Because they don't have what? Granules. Okay? When you talk about these two, the monocyte and the lymphocyte, you are talking about the immune system function na medyo higher level. Why? Kung kani sila, ang function nila is to phagocytomes lang yun. This one is involved in more pagiging function. That includes antigen presentation, diba? You are going to see there that lymphocytes has different versions, etc. So kung sa libro, makita mo diyan the natural killer cell, small lymphocyte, large lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, B lymphocytes. Okay? So, hindi na ako siya level with discuss, but we are going to see those terms. Pag sinabi mo namang monocyte, you are going to, ano galing ako kahapon? Monocyte is the version of a macrophage inside the blood vessel. Pag lumabas yan ng blood vessel, ang tawag na is macrophage. But if that goes to a specific part of the body, for example, the brain, ano na magiging tawag? Microglial cells. If that goes into your kidneys, it will become what? Kidneys? Liver yan? You study about placenta, you study about the liver, okay? Iba-iba yung pangalan. Pupunta siya ng lungs, iba. Kidneys, iba din. So, dagat siya pangalan. And I think nakatabulate din yan somewhere in your book. Okay? So, lalabas din yan siya. Okay? Sige. Question. So far. So, what I did right now, I want you to copy. Okay? Nanuhid na yung libro, nuhid na yung, na pag mag-graduate mo aning ang kurso, dapat dapat isang piyunganin kabalo mo sa proseso or naunsa ang red blood cell o white blood cell. Okay? Again, no? Dapat hindi lang siya pang-exam ng memory, dapat pang lifetime memory. Okay? So you have the PB4 to study. You need to memorize that. Okay? Anong nangyayari sa specific part of that phase? You need to study the mesoblastic, erythrocytic stage, the hepatic stage. Ano yung kaapat? Hindi nyo nasagot, no? The phase of erythropoiesis. You have the mesoblastic, hepatic, erythrocytic, at yung bone marrow, at yung palitan na isa. Sa itong isa. Okay, nasa PowerPoint na. So, meaning, wala ninyo gibasa ang PowerPoint because the recitations was the last page or the last slide of that PowerPoint. Saka na po. Okay? Mamiss ka po kayo, hindi ka po ninyo out of 2 semesters na nabubad na, hindi pa ninyo ma-trace ang pattern sa mga klase. You still seem to be surprised. Question ka doon? Nagdala siya i-print, pero wala pa nilay ka. Questions. Are you excited in hematology? No. But that's a very exciting subject. Why? Almost half of the batch can be eliminated with that subject. Okay? Have you seen the previous batch? That subject is the most bloody one. Literally and ironically. Metaphorically. Sa kabanayang explanation niya. Okay, that's why you need to have a good background with the blood and hematopoiesis. Question. No questions? So this is not yet included in Thursday's exam, but next week. Okay? So I'm going to announce tonight that we are not going to have the hindi pa ako sure. I will not be around on Saturday because I have very important things to do. Okay? But we might be having that one on Monday. So, but then later. You might be having the exam on Saturday or you might be having the exam on Monday. But gusto niyo matugpo ang blood hematopoiesis, ang eye o ang ear? Nagkante kayong ear o ang eye? Kung nang ginatagit-tagit na kay paratis sa chapter ng yung study man. Yes. Yes. That would be on Monday. Or Saturday. Di ba sure? This Saturday. I will not be around from April 30 to May 5. May 5 to May 9. That would be your last week, I think, right? Yes. Because on May 13, that would be the first day of your final exams. After that, after that week, you still have comprehensive exam. For para and history. We'll see. 10%. It's only 10%. We'll see. We still have to finalize this subject. Yeah, blood. Natulog na sa iyong whole room. Question? So 2 chapters for next exam after this Thursday. Diba blood and hematopoiesis is a different chapter, right? We'll see lang on Thursday. Eh kung hindi, we will move it on next week. Questions? Para lang na? Para lang na exam. Na quiz. Lahat na identification. So let's say we have 5 items and 20 stations divided into prelims to pre-finals. Thursday? Prelims, your exam in finals in parasitology will always be from prelims to pre-finals. Okay? In both lecture and laboratory. Thursday. Same good, ang coverage for finals will still be from the beginning until pre-finals. Okay? Kaya, you are already the third batch. Okay? Bilang? Pictures. Sa lab. For the lecture, you start ba? Naminaw sa lecture kahapon. Questions? Kaya pa rin. Thursday. Ano ba? Monday. Tuesday. Questions? Wala na. Sige. Minsan? Dili ka ma-projector. Questions? Sige, Saturday. Saturday. Manual sa Saturday. Saturday finals, diba? Apa yung para? Questions? Wala. Dapat din yung schedule pa na ang normal schedule namin is quiz B. Ang galan lang ang quiz B. Kaya palagi din mo na nakapupo na na-quiz to para. Ay, wala ko bukas na ito. Wala ko mati ay ang grade. Wala pa ang grade. Para lang may quiz B. So you need to be very, very cautious with history. Questions? None? Sige. Okay. So for those who want to go home and study, you go home. For those who want to stay and check the papers, you stay. Okay? Kailangan yung plus ones because 0, 20, 0, 0, 20, 20. Dito 1 ang score. That's 10 points per bullet. Okay? Sige. answer that the other two